big Ryzen news. Stay tuned, I'm gonna go over it. So yeah, there is some big Ryzen news that dropped. It's all rumors, it's all speculation, so I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but still, it's information, and Zen is coming, and it's coming soon, so any information is good information. So let's start. The rumored leak is pinpointing 17 different models along 3 different ranges, that being an i7 competitor, an i5 competitor, and an i3 competitor. That much we sort of knew with the old SR designations, but now they dropped the S. Summit Ridge basically encompasses all of what Ryzen is now, but Ryzen is the true title. So the S was dropped, and now we have R7, R5, and R3. I mean, R7, i7, R5, i5, R3, i3. It's kind of obvious. The 6 core that was rumored to be going away, or rather rumored to simply not exist, has come back in the news that it is going to be coming out. So a little bit of a roller coaster ride there. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be coming after all, which is great. Interesting thing is none of the processors above a 4 core are going to have SMT or hyperthreading disabled. So only the 4 cores are going to have that feature or disabled feature, whatever you want to say. So the 8 core and the 6 core they're all going to run with the multi-threading. So that's good news. I mean, maybe down the line they'll release a non-multi-threaded version of the 6 core and 8 core to further bolster their product lines, but with 17 different models, I don't think that'll be necessary. R7, R5, R3. That doesn't sound very confusing as far as the nomenclature or the naming scheme, right? Wrong. It actually does get a little complicated and it's a little confusing. For example, the top processors of the R7 series that are rumored, again, it's all speculation, is the R7 Pro 1800, the R7 1700X, the R7 1700, and the R7 Pro 1700. What? The R7 1700X is rumored to be the direct competitor to both the i7 7700K and the i7 6800K. Given its core count and multi-threading capabilities, as well as its IPC performance, it falls somewhere between those two, which is an interesting value proposition if you think about it. So clock speeds. Clock speeds is also something that was in the recent leak. Let's go over the clock speeds. The top 6 core and 8 core units will run between 3.3 and the base clocks will be between 3.3 and 3.6 gigahertz, with the boost clocks ranging between 3.7 and 4 gigahertz, depending on the variant that you go with, the Pro, the X, the non-X. Yeah. So the R7 1800X will be the fastest 8-core 16-thread unit. That will be at 3.6 gigahertz with a 4 gigahertz boost, and obviously that's going to have the multi-threading capability turned on as all processors 6-core and higher. The R5 1600X will be the fastest 6-core processor at 3.5 gigahertz base with a 3.9 gigahertz turbo or boost, whatever. And the R5 1400X will be the fastest 4-core 8-thread unit, and this is where it gets a little murky. The fastest simultaneous multi-threading enabled quad-core that's in the lineup, and the clock speeds are undetermined though. That wasn't really part of the leak, but you know, it's going to be around probably 3.4, 3.5 as the base, and 3.9 or 4.0 for the boost. I mean, they can't be that far off. The R3 1200X, now that's the direct i3 competitor, R3, i3. The 1200X is being the fastest, and again, that's going to be 4-core, 4-thread. The multi-threading is disabled on that one, and that's rumored to be at 3.4 gigahertz base with a 4 gigahertz turbo. Supposedly these are launching March 2nd, but only the 8-core units are coming out first, with the rest of them trickling in sometime after that. Hopefully quickly, and hopefully soon, because budget builders and builders of all kind are definitely going to be interested in these, depending on the prices. The rumored prices are all over the place nowadays, but I'm still banking on the 4-core R3 model with no hyperthreading, being probably in the $150 price range. And if it is, it's going to stomp the i3s, man. That's going to be something, because it's going to have some really good performance for that sector. And it's just, you know, can't wait to see all this stuff. So something to do a lot also with the designations, Pro, X, non-X. It most likely has to do with clock speeds, of course, but also overclockability. All of them are going to be coming unlocked, so you'll be able to overclock all of them to some extent. But depending on whether it's X or Pro or non-X, how much you're able to get out of it is going to matter. So they're really going to be binning these in an order to fulfill all these sectors here. Enthusiast, overclocker, non-overclocker, all that stuff. So anyways, that's just a quick news blip. Hopefully you like this information. I'll be linking more information to this at the bottom, of course, in the description rather. Of course, remember to take all this with a grain of salt. It's still rumor. It's still, all this stuff is still all allegedly happening. So don't quote me on it. But I'm just talking about what I can when it comes to Zen. So anyways, if you guys like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more, catch up with some of our other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.